Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm standing here in front of one of the most breathtaking skylines I've ever seen in my life, Madrid, Spain. My name is James, I am in my early 30s, and what you are about to hear is the story of a trip I almost did not take. I booked this flight on a random Tuesday night, completely on a whim, no real plan, no travel buddy, just me, a carry-on bag, and a one-way ticket to a city I had never visited before. I genuinely had zero expectations walking into this adventure. But I had absolutely no idea that this spontaneous decision would completely and permanently change the direction of my life. So if you are new here, welcome, and please hit that subscribe button right now because trust me, you do not want to miss a single story on this channel. Alright, let us get into it. The moment I stepped off that plane at Madrid Barajas Airport, something shifted inside me. I cannot fully explain it, but the air felt different. It was warm, carrying this subtle mix of energy and ease that immediately told me I was somewhere special. Walking through the terminal, I could hear rapid Spanish conversations echoing all around me, laughter bouncing off the walls, and a rhythm to everything that felt almost musical. Getting into the city, the sounds only grew richer. Car horns, street musicians, people calling out to each other across narrow streets. It was alive in a way I'd never experienced before. Checking into my hotel near the Gran Via felt surreal. I stood at my window looking out at the buzzing boulevard below and thought, yes, this was absolutely the right decision. But before I take you further into this story, please hit that subscribe button because trust me, you are not going to want to miss what happens next. So day one, I woke up early, grabbed my camera, and just started walking. My first stop was Puerta del Sol, and honestly, nothing could have prepared me for it. The square was already buzzing with life even in the morning hours. Street performers, locals rushing to work, tourists standing still, just trying to take it all in. I was one of them. Then I made my way to Plaza Mayor and I stopped dead in my tracks. The architecture surrounding that square felt like stepping into a painting. Every archway, every detail carved into those golden stone walls just demanded your full attention. And then came the churros. That warm, sugary smell drifting through the air pulled me straight into a small cafe on the corner. I sat alone, dipping churros into thick hot chocolate, watching the world move around me. I will be honest with you. In that moment, I felt a little lonely. Solo travel sounds romantic until you are actually sitting by yourself in one of the most beautiful cities on earth with no one to share it with. But I pushed through it, kept my eyes open, kept moving, and kept soaking in every single detail Madrid had to offer. Still riding the energy from Plaza Mayor, I found myself wandering deeper into the narrow streets near the historic center with no map and no plan. That is when I spotted it. A tiny tapas bar, barely noticeable, tucked between two old stone buildings. The kind of place you only find when you are not looking for anything at all. I pushed open the wooden door and stepped inside. It was warm, dimly lit, and absolutely alive. Locals were packed around small tables, laughing loudly, gesturing with their hands, completely lost in their own worlds. Nobody paid me any attention, and honestly, that felt kind of freeing. I squeezed onto a stool at the bar and ordered a glass of Rioja wine. The bartender nodded like I had made the right choice. Sitting there, alone, slightly out of place but strangely at ease, I took my first sip and thought, yes, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be right now. And then it happened. The moment I had no idea I was waiting for. A young woman sat down right next to me at the bar. Her name was Sophia. She had this warm, effortless smile that immediately caught my attention, the kind that makes you feel completely at ease without a single word being spoken. What struck me first was her energy. She was confident but not intimidating, approachable in a way that felt genuinely rare. Within seconds, she glanced over and somehow just knew I was a tourist. She laughed softly and said something in Spanish, then switched to English mid-sentence, then back to Spanish again, all while gesturing at my confused face like it was the funniest thing she had seen all week. And honestly, it was. I burst out laughing immediately. In that tiny tapas bar, on a random Tuesday evening in Madrid, something quietly but completely shifted inside me. Before we left the bar that evening, Sophia turned to me with that same warm smile and said she would love to show me the real Madrid tomorrow, not the tourist version, but the city she actually lived in and loved. I remember feeling my heart jump a little before I even had a chance to respond. I said yes before my brain could overthink it. Walking back to my hotel near Gran Via, the city felt different somehow. The same streets I had wandered alone just hours earlier now felt charged with something new. I got into bed, but sleep was completely out of the question. I kept replaying every word of our conversation, every laugh, every small moment at that bar. Was she just being kind to a lost tourist? Was this simply Spanish hospitality at its finest? Or was something genuinely meaningful beginning to unfold right here in Madrid? I honestly had no idea, but I could not wait to find out. Day 2 arrived, and I honestly woke up feeling like a completely different person. Sophia met me outside my hotel at 9 in the morning with 2 coffees in hand and that same warm smile from the night before. We started in Malasana, this quiet neighborhood market that felt nothing like the tourist spots I'd visited on day 1. Local vendors, fresh produce, handmade goods, Real Madrid breathing right in front of me. Then we walked through Retiro Park, and I remember just feeling this incredible sense of calm I had not felt in years. By early afternoon, she brought me to this tiny family-owned restaurant where her friends were already waiting. They welcomed me like I had known them forever, laughing, sharing plates, speaking in broken English just to include me. Sitting at that table, surrounded by her world, I felt something shift inside me. This was no longer just a vacation. The afternoon light in La Latina was something I will never forget. The golden hour painted every cobblestone street in shades of amber and rose, and Sophia walked beside me like she belonged in that painting. We slowed down without even realizing it, the way you do when a conversation starts pulling you somewhere deeper. She asked me what I was actually looking for in life, not just in Madrid, but in life. And I told her the truth in a way I rarely do with anyone. I talked about wanting something real, something that felt like it mattered. She listened without interrupting, then shared her own dreams so openly it caught me off guard. She wanted to travel, to build something meaningful, to love without holding back. Every word she said felt like it mirrored something I'd been carrying quietly for years. I remember thinking, this woman actually gets it. She gets me. Day 3 hit differently. I woke up knowing the clock was running out, and that feeling sat heavy in my chest before I even opened my eyes. Sophia met me early and took me to the Mercado de San Miguel. The place was alive with color, fresh bread, olives, and the kind of energy that makes you want to slow everything down. We ate standing up, laughing between bites, and I kept thinking, I do not want this morning to end. Then came the Prado Museum. We walked through those halls for hours, barely speaking at times, and that was the thing that got me. The silence between us was not awkward, it was comfortable, easy, like we had known each other for years instead of days. I kept running the same question through my mind over and over again. How do I make this last longer than just a trip? That final evening felt like something out of a dream I never wanted to wake from. Sophia had arranged a rooftop dinner with the entire Madrid skyline stretching out before us, golden lights flickering across the city as the sun melted away. I remember sitting across from her, holding my glass of wine, and just feeling this overwhelming sense of gratitude wash over me. I told her the truth. I said I came to Madrid chasing adventure, looking for something exciting to fill a chapter of my life. But somewhere between that tapas bar and this rooftop, I had found something I was not even searching for. I looked at her and said she was exactly the kind of person I had quietly hoped to meet someday. Someone genuine, warm, and completely herself. What followed was one of the most honest conversations I've ever had with another human being. No filters, no pretending, just 2 people being completely real with each other beneath a breathtaking sky. Back home now, sitting here with a cup of coffee and a smile I cannot quite shake, I keep thinking about Madrid. Not the skyline, not the tapas, not even the golden streets of La Latina. I keep thinking about Sophia. She was not just a highlight of the trip, she was the reason the trip mattered at all. I went looking for an adventure and somehow found the person I had been searching for without even realizing it. And here's the part I want you to hold on to. Their story did not end in Madrid. Life has this beautiful, unpredictable way of surprising you exactly when you stop forcing things and just let yourself show up. So, if you are out there feeling like maybe love or connection has passed you by, just go. Take the trip. Say yes. Drop a comment below and do not forget to like this video. See you in the next one.